Look at the forecast. Here's meteorologist Peter Quinlan.
Thanks, Kevin. We begin tonight with a heat warning that has been reissued across the GTA up toward Peterborough, the Ottawa Valley, and down toward London and Windsor. This is for a multi-day streak of daytime highs around the 30-degree mark, humidex values into the 40s lasting through to Tuesday. So drink plenty of water, avoid alcohol, stay cool, find air-conditioned spaces. If you don't have one yourself, maybe head out down to the library. Take a cool shower or bath, or put a wet towel over top of you if you're finding this difficult to deal with. Limit that physical activity during the peak of the heat and wear light clothing. We started off this morning though at Pearson at 20 degrees. That's where we landed at the lowest point of the day. Warmed all the way up to 29 and 28 at Kitchener-Waterloo. With that humidex factored in earlier, felt like 37 with the humidity, still sitting around 34. So a very hot, sticky evening if you're headed out for a walk. A number of you taking a dip in Lake Ontario to cool off. The water temperature around 23.3 degrees. And right now we're watching thunderstorms bearing down on Brampton, some showers pushing in right across the GTA, pressing toward Durham region as well, and we've also seen some thunderstorms around Lake Erie pushing south stateside. Tonight we are expecting those temperatures to dip to 21, a risk of thunderstorms right through into the overnight period. Starting out tomorrow with some sunshine, some mixed conditions, 21 degrees, and in the afternoon getting even sunnier, 33 degrees. That's actually away from the water. If you're going to be along Lake Ontario, temperatures will be a smidge cooler around the 30-degree mark in the sun. Kevin.
Thanks, Peter. Meanwhile, all right, Sky Tracker weather. We got meteorologist Peter Quinlan to tell us what should we expect here. This is just a string of hot weather right now.
Yeah, never seems to end, Kevin. Do you enjoy the heat?
Love it. You know, if it's going to snow in the winter, we'll complain. You got to love the summer, right?
It's true. You can't complain about it all, and I'm not complaining either. We know these days are numbered. Last weekend of July as well. Let's start you off with a look across the country. 20 degrees this afternoon in Vancouver, 13 in Calgary, another rainy day there. They've had around 130 millimeters of rain so far this July already. Cool in Edmonton too. But Winnipeg, Ottawa in the 30-degree club, Toronto close today. But what we are watching is this ridge that brought in the heat kind of lingering into your day tomorrow as well. We are eventually going to see it start to weaken as a trough moves in from the north as we get you toward the middle to end of the week. But in the interim, that risk of thunderstorms moving out tonight and into your day tomorrow. We'll be back to sun as a weak high pressure system passes by to the south. Let's take a closer peek here. So that risk of thunderstorms continuing right through the next several hours here into the early morning hours. We might see a few lingering raindrops in those clouds, but then I think we'll clear out and we'll have a beautiful, bright, sunny, but still humid and muggy afternoon as we wrap up this final weekend of July. I don't even want to keep saying that. It's rather sad, isn't it? Into your last few days of July this week, we'll see a nice sunny Monday, maybe a few thunderstorms through extreme eastern Ontario, and back to some sun on Tuesday too. The amounts of moisture out of these thunderstorms may be up to 15 millimeters. That's probably on the high end, but if we do see those stronger storms hit the area, that's what we could expect. And as for those winds punching in from the northwest tomorrow evening in Durham region, and as we look ahead into your Tuesday, a slight breeze, but really fairly light winds this week. Wednesday evening could see a bit of a northerly wind kick in. But tonight we are heading down to 21 degrees, at least for the GTA, 21 as well, Wyerton, London, 22 in Windsor, that risk of thunderstorms there. But yeah, back in the heat tomorrow, Cottage Country around 28, 31 for Ottawa. And as we take a closer look around the Golden Horseshoe, low 30s with the humidex into the mid to upper 30s tomorrow. Cobourg around 27 into those upper 20s for Peterborough. And if you're planning to head out for a run, your main concern is heat tomorrow, and really try to plan those for the morning, I would say. Hitting the beach, this is what you can expect. A few degrees cooler than away from the water. Temperatures jumping up to around 30 degrees. Don't forget to slather on that sunscreen generously. As we look into your 7-day forecast, that 32 on Monday could feel like the 40s as well. 32 on Tuesday. So dress for 40-degree humidexes, whether or not a heat warning's in effect. And make sure you're taking lots of precautions, checking in on those who are vulnerable. 28 Wednesday, feeling like 33, 26 Thursday, and then 25 Friday, 26 as we head into August long weekend, which kicks off on Saturday.
At the forecast, here's meteorologist Peter Quinlan.
Thanks, Kevin. A very active night across southern Ontario. We had reports of a tornado touching down between Clinton and the Goderich area. This is near a community called Holmesville. This is along Highway 8 at 7:05 p.m. at the Shelter Valley Campground. Reports that this did cause some tree damage, and we want to say thanks to Samantha Jenkins for that. And there was also reports of a water spout off of Lake Huron pushing inland, though, and those storm cells now weakening. We've had those showers and thunderstorms across the GTA tonight, and we also tonight have a heat warning in effect for the entire Golden Horseshoe, and this includes the city of Toronto down toward Windsor, Peterborough, and toward the Ottawa Valley too, for a multi-day streak of 30-degree highs and 40-degree humidex values through to Tuesday. So stay safe by drinking plenty of water, avoiding alcohol, staying cool, finding AC. Maybe hit up the library if you don't have your own AC. Take a cool shower or bath. Put a wet towel on you if you're really having trouble with this. Limit physical activity and wear light clothing to combat the heat. We started off this morning at Pearson at 20 degrees. This afternoon pushed up to 29, and at times it did feel like 37 with the humidex. A lot of people cooling off, taking a dip in Lake Ontario. It's right now around 23.3 degrees, and yeah, these are some of those storms that did cause those tornadoes coming off of Lake Huron. And as we take you into the night tonight, that risk of thunderstorms now diminishing across the GTA. Temperatures down to 21. That's where we'll land in the morning with a mix of sun and clouds to start your day, and we'll get even sunnier in the afternoon. That 33 feeling like 41 with the humidex. That's away from the water, still around the 30-degree mark right along the lake shore. When I come back, we'll tell you how long this heat streak will last. Kevin.
Thanks, Peter. Locals, Thailand and Cambodia are accusing each other of new attacks as border clashes continued for a third day. More than 30 people have been killed so far, and nearly 200,000 have been displaced. Cambodia has called for an immediate ceasefire. While U.S. President Donald Trump said Saturday he spoke with the leaders of the two nations and is also pressing for a stop to the conflict. The border between Thailand and Cambodia has been disputed for decades, but the current tensions broke out after the killing of a Cambodian soldier back in May. More casualties on Saturday in the war in Ukraine as both sides traded drone strikes once again. Ukrainian officials say 3 people were killed after Russia fired more than 200 drones and 30 missiles, most targeting the province around the city of Dnipro. Meanwhile, officials say 2 people died in the Russian city of Rostov from a Ukrainian strike. The attacks come days after both sides met in Istanbul for another round of ceasefire talks, although no progress was made for ending the conflict. Firefighters used helicopters to battle intense flames and smoke near Athens, Greece on Saturday. Soaring temperatures fueled the wildfires across the country. Several homes were destroyed and residents were ordered to evacuate. At least 5 people were hospitalized due to the fires. More than 50 wildfires have broken out across the country since Friday. Staying overseas, strong winds fueled widespread wildfires across Kosovo on Saturday. Fires tore through farmland and rural communities, destroying property and killing livestock. Residents and firefighters worked to protect homes as large areas of land burned.
Are you planning to play some pickleball tomorrow or any outdoor sport? In the morning, temperatures will be around 25, pretty hot even by lunch, 29, 32 in the afternoon with that sun beating down, feeling more like 40 with the humidex. I'll tell you when we start to see some relief after the break. Stay with us.
We're gonna get the guy who did this.
All right, time for our weather update. We got meteorologist Peter Quinlan. Peter, it's been a hot and sticky summer. Is this going to continue?
Yeah. It probably will, actually, for most areas, Kevin, it looks like. Are you okay with that? Are you wanting more heat, or are you done with it?
No, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Sure.
I'm okay with it.
Exactly. It only happens a little bit in the summer in Canada. We know that these days are numbered, and August starts next Friday. Let's start you off with a look across the country. 22 degrees this afternoon in Vancouver, 14 in Calgary. More rain fell there today after 130 millimeters has fallen there so far this month. Meantime, 31 in Winnipeg, 30 in the nation's capital, 29 in Montreal. We've got this ridge that continues to funnel in the heat as we get through the rest of this last weekend of July. A little bit of a trough tries to nudge its way in, but it'll kind of get deflected east by the next ridge that's going to boost up temperatures into the long weekend. So at the surface, we are tracking out those showers, those thunderstorms that did come with those tornadoes and tornadic activity around the Goderich area. We are watching this high pressure stabilizing things a little bit as we look ahead into your day tomorrow. And the last of the moisture moving out over the next few hours. And as we look ahead into your Sunday, slight chance of a stray sprinkle to start, but then we get into increasingly sunny skies throughout your day. As we look ahead into your Monday, those bright conditions will be back. You'll need the sunglasses for your morning commute and for your afternoon, evening one as well. A chance of a thunderstorm in the Ottawa Valley, but besides that, staying pretty bright right through into your Tuesday too. So most of the moisture is done falling after those doses of rain today. Still, some thunderstorms could bring in up to 50 millimeters of localized precipitation around Windsor, Ottawa, but it won't play out exactly as these models are showing. Thunderstorm activity is quite inconsistent and difficult to predict for a total in advance of rain. Light winds from the northwest through your Sunday afternoon and evening, but really not super strong winds this week under this ridge. We'll see a bit more of a breeze Wednesday night, and as we look ahead into Thursday, potentially too. But as for tonight, that risk of thunderstorms eventually easing. Temperatures down to the low 20s or upper teens. And tomorrow, 30-degree heat in London, 31 in Windsor, 33 for the GTA, 29 Kingston, and upper 20s through Peterborough too, or I should say low 30s for the Peterborough area, 32, 33 Belleville, and across the Golden Horseshoe with the Humidex into the 40s. So out for a run tomorrow, I would do it early because it's going to get quite hot, quite fast, maybe even by 10 or 11 a.m. If you are going to be out by the water at the beach tomorrow, we'll see temperatures jumping up to the upper 20s or low 30s, a little cooler by the water, but still that very high UV index means less than 20 minutes for your skin to burn. And of course, that'll come with humidity. Tomorrow is 33 away from the water. We'll feel like 41 with the Humidex. 32 Monday, Tuesday with humidity around the low 40s still. 28 Wednesday, feeling like 33 with the humidity. 26 Thursday to wrap up July. 25 as August kicks off Friday, and as the August long weekend begins Saturday, a pretty pleasant 26 degrees in the sun.